Happy New Year! The gaming console is back for a brand new year and a brand new episode 43. I'm joined with the homie Mikey B.
2021 is here. Hallelujah.
21, 21, 21. I kept saying that the whole time, like during New Year.
Yeah. Takes a
So
while to get used to the new year.
listening to some 21 Savage. Alrighty, so brand new year and same old traditions. We're gonna keep it with what we've been playing. Mikey B, you want to start us off?
Certainly. A few games of note to talk about. First game is if you are a Nintendo Switch owner and you own Switch Online from December 30th to January 5th, you are able to play the full version of Crash Nitro Kart Team Racing. You could download it, play as much as you want, beat the game if you could in 7 days, give it a whirl. So I played that for a bit, and if I get some sad music sound effects there, Josh,
Oh no.
very good.
We'll just go do like just a quick oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, this game is not very well. It's not my cup. It's not. I don't. It's not as good as Mario Kart. I don't want to like dog this game too bad because I know this game has like a lot of fan support because back in the day it came out for PlayStation 1 and people seem to like it. But
Mm-hmm.
playing this game and then like going back to Mario Kart is like it's like buying like the store brand versus buying like Frosted Flakes. It's like Tony Tiger does have some secrets up his sleeve. He knows what he's doing. When you buy that store brand, it's a little bit different.
Oh
And
no.
and that's what I felt like with Crash Team Racing. It's like it's the same. Like it's a kart racing. Okay, let's focus on a few positive. I think it's kind of cool that it's an open world, like semi-open world. Like when you get to the races, you have to like go like around this island. So
Mm.
that's kind of cool. Like, in open world, you could be able to like discover some things. I think it's cool that there's boss battles. So like after you win 3 races, there's a boss battle, and that's kind of cool and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and like graphically, it looked really good. Obviously, it was a PlayStation 1 game, so like now like new modern graphics makes it look really nice and looked even nice on my Switch, which was cool. But the problem is like the race. The problem is I never knew why I was winning a race or why I was losing a race. Like I never felt I got like proper feedback to know like why like I was winning this race or why did I lose this race. Like like when like in Mario Kart or any racing, you kind of know when you're winning a race. Okay, I didn't mess up on that turn. I drifted properly across that other turn. I found a shortcut. I was able I was able to defend myself against other players' weapons. Like there's some kind of like information like I had a faster car or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I never felt that I ever got that feedback of why I won a race or why I didn't win a race. Like there was no difference to me, and
Interesting.
that really like threw me off, and that's why I was like, after about like 45 minutes, I was like, it's cool that I'm glad this is free because I'm a big like I like kart racing games a lot. So like this probably would if this game like really sold me. That's like I might have made this a purchase, but it was cool to try out, and obviously if people who did try it out, give it a go. But yeah, it was definitely not the winner that I was hoping for. I was hoping that would be like my next kart racing fun game, but it was not meant to be, Josh.
Sounds like you don't like winning races, bro.
But I like to know like there's a reason why I won. Like I had to like feel like I did something for it,
Yeah.
or like there's a reason why I won, or a reason why I lost. That
Uh-huh.
was a problem. Like I couldn't. There was literally no distinction in the way I raced one way when I won, or the same way if I got like in fourth place. I never felt any differently.
Gotcha.
So it just threw me off.
I didn't know that's not supposed to be a remake, is it?
That's like a remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, to the
Oh.
PlayStation 1 game.
Oh, I thought it was like a whole brand new game.
It could be a brand new game. It could be like I'm not really sure that. I thought it was like a remaster remake type of thing. Like it has like old levels and but plus new levels or like I think it was like a mix maybe of old and new levels maybe. But you always could Google search that to find out the answer.
True.
But yeah, this is really cool because in Europe and Japan they've been doing this for quite a while, giving like 7 day trials of like non Nintendo games. But this is the first time that in North America they were able to do that. So I'm hoping that Nintendo of America does that again because paying $20 for a Switch Online is super like cheap, no doubt about that. But beyond like getting cloud saves and like every once in a while dipping back into some classic NES and Super Nintendo games, it definitely fails in comparison to what Xbox Gold gets you with like they give you 3 or 4 free games a month, and then it definitely fails in comparison to what PlayStation Plus does, which is very similar, 3 or 4 free games. So it's good that it's a nice step in the right direction, Nintendo.
Yeah, but it's about been like what 2-3 years since they went full online and
Yeah,
like
and
started offering
this is
stuff. So
yep,
maybe, but things can always look up.
yes.
So
Staying
besides that,
positive, Josh. Staying positive on my Nintendo as
I
I'm
also liked how you like pretty much danced around the fact that the game is trash, and you're like, it's trash.
it's
I'm like,
trash.
this is 100% authentic. So if you think the game's trash, you say the game is trash.
It just
I'll say,
wasn't.
I'll
I
say it
think,
too. Hot take: Tetris sucks. Tetris is trash.
and if you want to hear more about that, scroll down to an old Instagram story, and you get Josh's full story on why he thinks Tetris is trash.
Trash.
But let's move to something a little bit more positive.
Yeah. What else have you been playing?
Uh, Pathless is a game that's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and somehow I was able to play it. Josh, do I own a PlayStation 5?
Did you get a PlayStation 5?
I do not.
Dang. I
But
feel like I
how
would have
did
got a. I feel like I would have got a text or something.
definitely. Yes, Josh. I would have texted you. I think we would have texted each other off mic if we both got one of the systems.
Yeah, or you've been doing a really good job at hiding it, or you just we're just waiting for like the perfect moment. But
So
yeah, how would you play it?
it's on Apple Arcade, Josh.
Oh, there you go. And
Yeah.
so
So
you're
finally,
back. You're back in action.
almost by default, because like for like $5 more, they gave me like Apple Arcade and Apple TV and like more cloud space.
Oh, you got like that bundle. I think I saw that.
And I was already paying like $10.99 for Apple Music. So for an extra $4, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, why not?
I heard Ted Lasso is good, so I'll give Ted Lasso a shot. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's TV talk. Pathless is yeah. So this is I like this game quite a bit because after I feel like Apple Arcade tried to make games that feel console quality, and I never felt like any of them really hit the mark. Beyond that, Grindstone is an incredible game that everybody should play, but I wouldn't say Grindstone is like a console game per se to me. It's a great game, but it definitely feels like, to me, it's like more of in that like mobile 30
It's a,
minute, 45-minute type range versus like this is an in depth experience. I want the big screen, I want the headphones, I want to like immerse myself into the world.
yeah, it's Bejeweled, pretty much.
But
Heavy,
Grindstone's a great game. No shots at Grindstone. Probably one of the
heavy metal Bejeweled is what we'll call it.
exactly. Grindstone is literally one of the best mobile games I've ever
Same.
played. It's incredible. It's worth. Anyways, we can talk about Grindstone for a bit, so we will not this time, but maybe for another episode. But Pathless really is the first time I felt like I was actually playing a console quality game. Does it help that it was on PlayStation 5? Probably, because it gives me the sense it gives it like a nod of somebody else believing this game is worthy being on a console. Whereas like every other Apple Arcade game is kind of like stuck on Apple Arcade, which is cool and all, but this felt like a console game. It is a game that's I believe it's to me it's a mix of two games. It's a mix of Journey, which is a PlayStation 3, 4 game that a lot of people talk about and like, and I've liked myself, and with a little bit of Zelda, kind of Breath of the Wild, go anywhere, open world type experience. So yeah, story wise, it's kind of similar actually because the world kind of got corrupted by the God Killer, and then you have to like kind of like cleanse the animals and the world from the God Killer. So it's kind of like it's very similar to when Calamity Ganon happened in Breath of the Wild, where Calamity Ganon kind of corrupted all the machines. In this one, all the like nature and animals have been corrupted by the God Killer. So you travel around the world looking. You travel if you have it's an open world. You travel around. You solve environmental puzzles, and then there are boss battles at the end. But I wouldn't say it's a very action oriented game. It's definitely a game where you're just kind of like, that's an interesting landmark up ahead. That's a mountain. I want to see if I could climb that. And then you climb that and you get rewarded. So it definitely rewards exploration. And I've put about a good, I don't know, hour plus into the game. And Yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely a good game. So if you own a PlayStation 5, I think it's worth it. And if you have if you have Apple Arcade, it's definitely worth opening up the Apple Arcade app again and playing on your Mac, iMac, or Apple TV, whatever device you might play on. So that was a nice surprise. So finally Apple Arcade came up with something that was really truly console quality.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that they bundled that up. I wonder if like they saw like just a significant amount of like users fall off, and they're like, okay, let's try to get you back and bundle it all together.
It
But
helped.
yeah, definitely it seems like it. I wonder like if this is a trend. So you said it didn't have like console quality, obviously, because it's on the phone, but
True.
would like this adventure story line feel like beefy enough for like the console too, or
This
nice?
one did.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing you would assume. Well, we haven't played it, so
Yeah. This one did. This one felt like the production value was really good. It's a really good looking game. The voice acting is good. The story is good. The way it feels and plays feels like a PlayStation or Xbox game. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like a game that. It doesn't feel like a discounted game that went to Apple Arcade, because they have another game called Ocean Horror 2, which is like a poor man's Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it kind of feels like, yeah, this is kind of a Zelda-ish game. It's not. It's
yeah,
not top quality. This one like feels like, okay, I can imagine like this deserves being played on like on a big nice television screen
yeah. That
or
doesn't
a
feel
nice
like
IMAX screen. It feels movie. It feels like the difference between like watching a good TV show and then like watching Avengers and like Endgame. Like there's great TV shows and it's awesome watching them, but when you go see like Avengers Endgame, you're like in the theater, got the popcorn, you got the, the Adobe, atmosphere sound. You're watching on a 4K screen. That's a worthy of the $20 or $25 you're spending versus, hey, I'm just gonna chill on the couch and watch Mandalorian.
yeah. I was gonna say this kind of sounds like like a Monster Hunter on the consoles is awesome, but you also can play it on the Switch,
Sure.
sort of deal. So it's like, yeah, it's the same game, but it's not like as powerful, but you
Mm-hmm.
still get like the same thing out of it. That's cool, man. Are you gonna keep playing it, or are you gonna just give it a call it quits after like the hour?
I have it downloaded, so like every like I probably won't be my main game, but I'll think I'll dive back into it every once in a while just because it's so easy to dive back into and get like just because it's so like exploration based and there's not really like a time objective or anything, so it's kind of like go at your own pace, your leisure. So
Cool.
it's kind of like a nice game that you could like play for bits, but then it's also a game that you could really invest yourself into the story and really play for a couple hours. So it's like a nice mix that
Nice,
I think
dude.
I would dive back in. And the game that I've always been playing and still continue to play because this game gets better and better week after week that I keep talking about
Strike
it.
Force. Just kidding.
At one point, yeah, at one point I was on that Strike Force train with you. But then but I knew it was too addictive, so I had to get off of it. I knew the addiction of Strike Force would be too strong for me to overcome at some point.
And look at me
So
now.
so I had to get off of it before it became
Too much.
too much. I know, yeah. Well, but the game I'm talking about is Adventure Palace.
Oh, nice. You kept going. Did you
Oh,
beat it
I'm
yet?
going. I'm gonna beat this game, Josh. This game gets better and better. Like I
Yeah.
I kind of like hedged on like maybe going back to Pathless, but yeah, I'm 100% beating Adventure Palace. Like this game
Nice.
gets better and better. The more levels you explore, the more world. This game is just, it's really good. It does everything I like. It does so many things I enjoy about video games. The platforming is rock solid. I like the action. The writing's really funny. I love the art style I like the art style of this game. I like the progression that my character makes. I like the little boosts and XP upgrades I get for my character. I like the new worlds. I like that every new world that I open feels different and looks different and has different challenges. And it's not just like swapping scenery. It's not like, oh, we're in the forest, now we're in the desert, now we're in the
Mm-hmm.
ice, now we're in the water, now we're in the lava. Like it feels different. There's different enemies, there's different weapon types. The challenge gets progressively harder. This third boss battle was different than the first two boss battles. This is like the classic chasing platform boss battles where like you have
Oh,
this
nice.
super big monster and then you have to run away from him, or while you're running away you have to jump past all these different obstacles and such. So I like that every boss battle feels different. So it's never just okay, classic, 3 hit. and we're out, or 5 hits or whatever it might be, kind of like platforming. So this game it's always involving and getting different, and it's the challenge that it keeps on getting slightly more challenging at every world that I go to, which keeps me engaged. And yeah, it's a winner. This is a very underrated game, and it's yeah, it definitely deserved to be played if you have a Switch or PlayStation 4, or probably I think it's on for Xbox too. So Adventure Fell is a really good game.
Yeah, I can second that. I really enjoyed the game too. Except sad news is that I haven't jumped back into it since I brought it up,
Sure.
which is very unfortunate. But yeah, I can second almost everything you've said, and everything can only go up based
Mm-hmm.
off of like what I played last. So, and plus I saw the trailer for it
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, and it looked insane. Like everything I saw in there, like I haven't even seen yet. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear when you beat it.
Getting close.
All
I
right,
think I'm at like the 60% mark. So only in a couple of weeks probably I'll be able to get it done. Quick
nice.
a quick tangent before we get to what you've been playing, what you have been playing. How often do you listen to music while you're playing a game?
Almost never.
Fascinating. How
There might
about
there might be a chance where like if I'm playing something like mindless that I'll just put like a podcast on or something, but nah, I'll usually just play the game as is. Why, you play with music or what?
I do quite often.
Nice.
I have like
Is it just like a thing to like help you focus on the game because it's like background noise and like you just zone in on the game and turn the music off sort of thing or
I just love the mixture of music and video games. It's like combining it's just really just combining two things that I love and like so much. Is like peanut butter and jelly, and then like, hey man, I got some bacon. So if I throw peanut butter and jelly and bacon, it's not gonna make the sandwich bad, is it?
I mean, that sounds fire. So, but like, see, the thing is, like, I get it
It
because
also depends on the game. It's not like every single game, but like when I'm playing like Adventure Pals, because it's like an action platforming game where like when the story is like I'm reading it anyways because there's no voiceover, so it's just like me reading dialogue from like my character to the next. So it's like it
hmm
does. So I'm like I'm not missing out on anything, and like the music doesn't really change too much from like level to level,
hmm
nor the music like indicates anything. It's not like when I hear like the music get faster, I'm like, oh man, somebody's gonna like I'm gonna get attacked or anything. So like for that game in particularly, and like Mario Kart obviously is like the music is also pretty good, but like after like a while, like I know all the music. So like racing games is another genre where like I could probably unless another is another genre where like you could probably play some music and not like lose the experience per se.
yeah, I could see that. But just, I don't know, man. Like, I want to be like fully submerged in the game, I guess.
I see.
Well, then some of them also like do have music in it. Like for example, Grand Theft Auto. Like you could play
True,
with
yeah, that's
music.
great music.
But I'm trying to think of like my recent gaming, like adventures, and I don't think I've really found I could find a case to where like I was playing alone. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I was playing. Well, here with perfect transition to kind of answer that and go forward with what I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Call of Duty, I'm usually like with my friends online. Like
Yeah.
I'll rarely play by myself. Um, so that's just what I do with that. And then like either that or I'll do like a quick run to solo zombies, but I'll still just kind of focus to myself, or I'll have a podcast on during that, which I lied. I guess I do recently. Um, yes, but not with that. But then like Mario's got its own. When I opened up Mario,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was going into like a nostalgic adventure. So I was like, let me hear all the sounds that I remember from back in the day. You know, like let me hear like the chain chomps. Let me hear the background music or like the coins or the way the camera moves and stuff. And I really enjoyed that. Or like even if we make it to like the second painting, it's like you're in the snow. Like let me hear that stupid little penguin talk or like that cool song that you hear when you're going down the slide. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or even like when I was playing Hades, like it just kept me so intrigued that the story was very interesting and like
Mm-hmm.
even though that's a mindless game, it's not at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Sure.
you're still trying to like battle and get out and do the same waves, but like there's just something about me just trying to focus, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Did
I
you
wonder.
Did you ever listen to music while playing games? Or was that ever part of your like gaming repertoire? Where like when you were a kid and like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 days, have your anti-skip Walkman playing, listening to the Carter, listen to not the Carter 3, listen to Hard Knock Life Volume 2.
Listen to some Jay-Z or some Meth and Red, dude. Oh man, which
Don't
I
want to play too loud on the boom off because of the curses. I remember these days.
it just oh man, it just kind of brings me back. Cause like some of like the underground hip hop was like what I would play video games to like back in the
True.
days, and like R.I.P. MF Doom
Yeah,
passed
that's a
away,
sad
but
one.
like just like some of like those like very undergroundish tracks were some of the stuff that I would like listen to before. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But then like there was nothing that really that was like okay, I gotta play video games with music. Unless like I was at the arcade or it was like forced, you know what I mean? Like that's
Gotcha.
the only time like music would really come into play.
I see.
But or like if I was at a friend's house and they do it, I'd just do it too. But
Sure.
never
That's
on my own.
interesting.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much I guess that answers the question too with me too. So I've been playing Super Mario.
No, interesting. Yeah, because like video games and music is like all my video game memories. Like music is like so intertwined with it. Like me playing Super Mario is intertwined with me listening to like Green Day Dookie. Like my first time me playing like Mario Kart 64 is intertwined with like 311. Like the Hard Knock Life, Jay-Z Hard Knock Life Volume 2 and 3 is like I remember playing like NFL Blitz on like my 64. So like music is like so entwined to like things that I like. Just like it's just, there's always the combination to me.
I also just paused right there for you to keep going just so I can get an idea of what you were playing and what you were listening to kind of see like what's up. You're like, oh, Green Day and Mario, Jay-Z, NFL Blitz. And I was trying to see like maybe Slayer and Zelda 64, you know what I mean? Like the Ocarina of Time or something. Or like just to see how like the progression of music would and the gaming would go.
It was like NFL Blitz. It was also like WCW versus NWO Revenge Time. So it was like that was that.
But like those had songs in them too, so you just wouldn't listen to that. You just turned it down, or you just never really cared for, I
I
guess,
probably
game
listen.
audio.
I probably listened to it initially, but then like at some point I was like, uh, I just it was just like I said, it's like combining peanut butter and jelly and bacon. It's just like combining like two things I like into one. It was just I couldn't read. It's
Yeah.
just just also
Do
I think my game also my gaming time was between like 9 and 10 before I went to sleep before I like had to go to school. And
mm-hmm.
then during that time, there was a radio station locally in Q101 used to do their top 9 at 9.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you get the jams
So
in.
that was like 40 minutes of like it was just a great combination. Like okay, I got to play video games for 40 minutes before I got to go to bed and listen to all the jams. And it just oh yeah, it just always mixed.
That's awesome, dude.
I
It's
just like
like
oh,
that's tight.
plus like at that time when I was playing video games, it was like sports games, racing game, fighting game, wrestling games. It's like not and like platforming games, and none of those games I would say
A story.
had a story. So like if I'm playing like GoldenEye, I'm not like oh interesting. It's like oh, I'm like just like playing the mission or like
It's like a
uh,
quick sesh.
oh
Just a
yeah.
quick sesh. It's nothing that's gonna really progress your story forward. And
No, so
you
if
just
I'm
go.
putting like if I'm trying to get like first place in like a Gran Turismo 3, I'm not like I was like I need to like know like yeah. So it was like the games I was playing at the time were so like sports and racing and like action sports based that like plot and story and character progressions wasn't very important to me at the time, and so that only became a recent development once I've matured as a gamer, where I started to think, oh, video games can be more than just like sports racing
I think I should do that
type thing.
tonight and just do a quick sesh and maybe bump some music or something and play some Grand Theft Auto.
To me, it always enhanced my enjoyment of a game, music, and anyways. But anyways, let's go and see what you've been playing.
Well, that was pretty much about it. Like there
Oh,
wasn't really, yeah,
that's
it
Call of
kind of
Duty.
like blended in. So it was like
Okay,
Mario. I played Hades,
yeah.
um, Call of Duty, some zombies, Strike Force. Obviously, you know the vibes. You know what's on the gang. And that's about it. I don't think I played anything else. I'm trying to think. Besides Super Mario, was like the latest thing.
How many days on Strike
Grand,
Force?
Grand
What's
Theft
it?
Auto, by the way.
What's
Played.
the strike? Oh, Grand Theft Auto. What's the Strike Force count? How many days in counting?
I don't.
600, 700,
Yeah, right, dude. No
more,
way.
more or less.
All right. Well, luckily I have my trusty phone by me, so I will give you an exact answer if this loads.
Is that the new
faster.
Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max?
No
Tell us
plugs.
about it,
Bing,
Josh.
bing, bing.
Maybe we could get an Apple spot. Maybe Apple will throw you some cash.
Yeah, right, dude. There's other podcasts that are like banging that have fucking Apple. Fuck. There's no podcast that I know has a sponsorship by Apple. Maybe we'll
No.
get like Manscaped or something or like some CBD product. But the number is 565 days.
Wow.
That's how many days I've been playing Strike Force,
Nice.
which means I am close to getting another achievement for days played. So, you know the vibes.
Very nice.
So that's some of the games that we've been playing. Well, I've been playing. Let's move forward into some 2021 games. Now it's a new year, new games. Let's talk about some of the games that are like highly anticipated for the next year. Are your headphones plugged in?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of background noise, but
Really?
is your heater on?
Nothing's on.
Weird.
Does it better now?
Yeah, actually.
Was it good when I was talking previously?
Yeah, I just when I was talking, it sounded like I hear like a buzzing noise.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll put my mic closer to my vocal area. So I hope that's out of it. Does it sound better now?
Yeah.
Cool. And I will just do this.
We're keeping it in the episode.
As we say, we do this live. So here we go.
It's a live podcast, and we live edit, and everything gets easier for me in the end. So,
Yep.
2021, brand new year. We got a couple games that are on the highly anticipated list. We've taken a look at a list from, what was it, Polygon?
Yes, sir.
So huge shout out to everybody over at Polygon for putting this wonderful list together. And there are a few games that I'm looking forward to, and some of them that it's not my cup of tea.
Sure.
So based on this, I will just run through some of the games that I, jotted down and kind of just briefly talk about them. So some of the games that I'm kind of like, I'll play it, maybe I'll try it out, is the new Pokemon Snap. They talked about that briefly in there too. I only want to play this for like nostalgic purposes. I don't think I would really, give this the full 100%, but it sounds like it could be fun. Breath of the Wild 2, just because it's one of Nintendo's only games on this list that I've seen. So I can't do Nintendo dirty like that, but maybe I'll get into it. Hyrule Warriors is like the latest, and maybe they're gonna try to ride the wave. Maybe. But I'm sure you're gonna talk about this too. I don't know if this is on your list. Is it? Is it not? Or
We'll find out. We'll tease. We'll tease in 3 or 4 minutes. You'll find out my answer.
maybe like 30 seconds because I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly.
Okay, then.
Gran Turismo 7. I want to play it for some reason. There's something about me in playing Gran Turismo. Just it's hitting a nerve, and it's like I would enjoy this. But yeah, like I said, that's probably like 1 or 2 races that I'm not gonna try to upgrade my stuff, or I don't even know what the game process is like in that. So, but I would enjoy a couple races here and there. Gotham Knights, DC announced that, so I'm pretty hyped to see what this is all about. But again, I'm Marvel through and through, so I don't know how well DC is gonna get my attention. And Far Cry 6, it's kind of just going off of continuing the series, and maybe it could be cool. But now, here are my 4 games that I would really want to play. We're going to start off with Halo Infinite. Have to. Xbox ride or die over here, buddy boy. So I am super hyped for Halo. Obviously, I need to get a Series X first, which is still a nightmare, but hopefully I'll get one by November. So then I'll be able to play Halo. But super hyped for Halo. I'm kind of bummed that it didn't release with the console, but obviously everybody wants to fix their games, and hopefully they don't pull a Cyberpunk, I have Horizon Forbidden West just because that game looks beautiful. When they showed some of the trailer for that looks awesome. I would definitely play that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I saw some of the gameplay recently, and something about it just looks like a lot of fun. So I'm all about that. And probably one of the games that I'm super hyped about, like super hyped about, is the new God of War game, Ragnarok. So knowing that they have the capabilities of the PS5, this game could potentially be like a movie. So I'm super hyped about that one, and hopefully we get like a trailer or some gameplay soon for that. So that is my list, sir.
Very good.
What you
To
got?
ans- to answer your first question, yes, I am definitely hyped for Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, no doubt about that. Breath of the Wild 1 was one of my favorite games. Put in a solid 75 hours into it, which is probably the most hours I put into a video game since I was knee high to a duck. So I'm very excited to get into Breath of the Wild 2.
That, you know what, man? Like I've never heard that, and I like that a lot. That's good. That's a good
Shout
one.
out to shout out to the movie Fool Hall Junkies. That's where it's from. It's my first game of note. It's coming out within the next 5 weeks. It's one is kind of one is just a port of Super Mario 3D World, which was a game that came out for the Wii U, which nobody really played because nobody bought the Wii U. But what makes this a little bit more interesting than just a straight port of a game that you could have played 5 years ago, is the deals, the kind of the expansion of Bowser's Fury. I'm kind of intrigued what Nintendo could do with that. I'm hoping for kind of like an interesting spin on the Bowser story saga. So that could be interesting if they do a good job with Bowser's Fury. I'm intrigued what they could do because they have meant to zip zilt nada into what's the story. Is the gameplay different? Do you actually play as Mario? Do you actually play as Bowser? Do you play as Princess Peach? Who knows? We have zero knowledge of what this could be, but which leads to a lot of fun speculation on our part. So I'm excited to see what that will be. But now on to the Polygon list and games that they mentioned that I want to co-sign with. The first one is an indie game called 12 Minutes. This is the little tag. A man opens his front door to find a cop. The cop beats the man to death and then accuses the man's wife of murder. You have to rewind to the moment before the man opens the door and replay the scenario over and over again. So this is a Groundhog Day style game where you have to figure out why you're in that particular situation. So that seems like an interesting twist on a video game, and it's made by the good people at Annapurna, who made one of my favorite games, The Remains of Edith Finch. So it's kind of it has a cool take on the kind of point and click adventure game, and that game is coming out to the consoles, and it's coming out the major consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, but also be out for PC. Another game of notes I want to play because it's coming to the Switch, and it is a game made by we do a live podcast. Yes, we do. We do a live podcast. How about you? I will get to that game because it's not, oh here I will get to another game while I find this other game. It's a game for Ubisoft called Riders Republic. It is kind of to me it looks like a spiritual successor to SXS. But if you didn't want to ride a skateboard, you could ride a bike, you could ride a mountain bike, you could ride a jetpack, you could ride skis. So you're climbing down this mountain by any means necessary using a variety of extreme sports equipment. So from mountain bikes to snowboards to wing scoots to skis, it seemed really cool. It looks like a cool take on the kind of extreme action sports kind of snowboarding SSX style game. Another game I'm really excited to play is called Solar Ass. It is from the creator of Hyper Light Drifter, which is one of my favorite games I've played in the last couple of years. So I'm excited what they could do with their new game. This game isn't listed. Oh, and another game of note I want to mention is not even a game, but it looks kind of interesting. And depending on how much this cost, oh, it's cost $150. Never mind. I was going to talk about something. If you scroll down to this list, Josh, have you seen the picture for this thing called the Playdate?
The play date. I saw that and I didn't
Which
even
is
know
this,
what it was.
which is like this like little mini handheld thing.
Yeah.
It's like a Game Boy with its black and white screen, two buttons, and a D-pad and a crank. and it comes with 12 built-in games. I was saying I was intrigued by this, but then when I saw it for $150, like, bruh, you got to be serious with that. $150 for 12 games. And it's possible after 5, 10 minutes. It's possible after 10 minutes, I'm going to be sick of all these games. That was one. If that was a $99 special, that might have got a shout out. But at 150, that's not gonna do it, my guy.
And like how I said
Gotta
earlier, if we can, just I'm not gonna dance around it. That looks fucking stupid. Like
for $100 for like it was if it was reasonably priced, I could have gave it a nod of entry because it's kind of unique and interesting. But for 150,
dude, that looks like the size of like a debit card. Like for 150 bucks, 12 built-in games. I'm sure you could get like a Raspberry Pi and do your own thing with that, but like
100%.
just based off of looks, and I'm sure they're trying really hard to create a product that everybody wants, but like,
Yeah.
dude, what the hell is that? The thing is, first of all, it's super small.
Yeah.
The screen's super small.
True.
I've got fat fingers, so I feel like I have no room to do anything. It looks like they tried to advance like a Game Boy, but it's not that. Okay, so what does it say? Game Boy system, black and white screen too. Trash. Yeah. No way. There's a first season to it. Additional software from indie developers.
So you will get more than 12 games at some point. I guess that's all right. If those games are free, maybe. They tell me it's like you buy it for $150 and you get these free games for like a year or two. That helps out a bit.
This seems like a scam, and I feel like there's something else to it. It's like, yeah, you'll get the 12 free games, but the season 2 is going to be an extra $50 or like $60 for
Sure.
4 more games or something. And like I said, if you're okay, if it's 2021, dude, if you're making anything with that size of screen, don't even fucking make it. We have screens that are like massive these days, or even like our standard of screen size is your phone screen. This looks like a child's play, like, and it looks like the guy who's playing it is a little older because he's got gray hair. So it's like, what is this? I don't know what this is trying to do, and I don't even know how powerful this is. So it's like gonna just be another side-scrolling, like, it looks like a half-assed Mario game that he's playing on this picture. But I mean, I'll try to share it, or I'll try to put it on the video. But dude, come on, man, like, I'm not with this at all. Like this, if this was like a GoFundMe or they're starting it, I don't even know why this is on this list. Like, I said, the good folks
great content out of it.
I said the good folks at Polygon. We're gonna take it a little bit back. Not all the great folks at Polygon, because whoever suggested this is like either has like money invested in Playdate, or it's like one of their like sister things they're trying to get off the ground. But this looks dumb. There you go, fresh rant 2021. We're starting off on a hot streak, a spicy take on this stupid looking play date with. Oh my god! You know what bullshit that could be too, man. I'm sorry,
Sure.
This just like came into mind. This feels like one of the things that like if you put it next to your cell phone in your pocket, it would fry itself because of some cell phone thing, and it's like not even fucking worth it.
Well, let's go to a game I think we're both. Let's go to a game that I think we're both going to be
Clip
into.
it.
Clip it. We're going to be into this game. It's called Skatebird. We heard about this game, I think, last year. It still was in development. It's supposed to come out this year. It's Tony Hawk with a bird, Skatebird. It's coming to the Switch, which I'm excited about because I'm a Switch owner. So Skatebird coming out 2021. The first real good skateboarding game coming to the Switch. Skatebird. Check it out when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited about that.
This game looks fun enough to play over and over again, just because it's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, the Untitled Goose Game did numbers too, so I'm sure this is kind of like a similar thing. It's like, yeah, we'll put a bird on a skateboard. Why not? I'll do the demo with it. You know what I mean? Because like again, like if you're playing like Gran Turismo, like it's not gonna have a lot of staying power. You know what I mean? Well, for me personally, like Skatebird, it's if it's gonna be like another Tony Hawk. So it's like, and if you listen to our KDR, you know that I'm a skate dude instead of a Tony Hawk guy. So
that's true.
This is the demo for me.
And the
Uh,
last, oh, you have something
no, no,
there?
no,
Sorry.
go for it, go for it.
And my last game, you have to check this one out. It's called Tuche, Tunche. It's coming out in March. It is a beautifully hand drawn game. Tucci is a hack and slash roguelike through the Amazon Juggle. It has 4-player co op. Choose between 1 to 5 characters, master their skill set, and the ultimate abilities to defeat epic bosses and unravel the secrets of the mysterious Amazon jungle. And this game looks really, really good. This game looks like a straight up cartoon come to life.
Cool, man.
Have you were you able to get a little gameplay footage? Are you able to bring up the video there, Josh? So you know what I'm talking about there, friend?
I was checking out this other one that I think I snoozed on, which I was gonna bring up last. But what's it called?
Chuchi. I'll put the. Let me share the video into our link, and we'll
Can
get.
I get
We'll
the origin of the word? There you go.
Unknown, Josh.
There you go.
That's a good one.
um,
We got a lot of clips for this episode,
there
man.
we go. Hey, man, we're
This is
coming in hot. You know,
this is
2020.
a bang. This is a banger of an episode so far.
I got a plenty,
Oh,
plenty of things.
wow.
Is it on the Polygon list or no?
It's on the Polygon list for like indie games to look forward to. Why don't you tell me about the game that you forgot about, and I will give you this link so we could discuss.
Chit chat about it. Okay, so the other game that I just saw on this list that I totally forgot about that I was super interested in when I think it was the Video Game Awards. It was a game called Scorn.
Yeah.
It's like this horror
yeah,
styled like first person shooter, what it looks like, and it looks like this might be a little weird, but it seems like a little more polished Doom to me. Like I'm watching some of the gameplay right now, and it looks like you're in the depths of hell, and like I guess it looks like a more calm. That's that alien's nutsack. Wow. It looks like a more calmed down version of Doom, but a little more like hell like, where like the guns are even made out of bones and shit. But
Wild.
it looks interesting. But then again, I also thought Remnant looked interesting too, and that game fucking sucked. So we'll see what happens. But this looks pretty nuts. It was like a kind of like a horror, and I think the trailer was like that girl just like standing in like a cocoon or whatever, and really wild take that I'm doing right now, but that's just how it goes, man. And it was something that I was confused about at first, but then I was like, I'm gonna play it. So let me get a little more details about it. It's a first-person horror game, 60 frames, blah 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 blah, and that doesn't really say shit on there anyway. But it looks cool, and I guess that's where I'm gonna end it because I've got nothing else to say about it besides it looks cool. So, Mikey B shared something in the chat. All right, let me check this out.
Yes, I did. I think you might dig this because you've been playing Hades, which is a roguelike, and this is a roguelike, and you like beat 'em ups. So it's a beat 'em up roguelike. It's 4 players. We finally could jump on a game and play a little co-op.
Down.
So yeah, and the art style is pretty cool, and the music is super loud. So lower the volume on your
The
computer.
Explorer, dude. What?
Nah, give it a look, man. Let the game give the gameplay. Let's see the gameplay a little bit. It gets off to a bad start. You gotta like roll into like at least within like the first 20 or so seconds, and then the game starts to open up a little bit gameplay wise.
I fucking love side-scrolling games like this, man. Beat 'em ups are dope.
Yeah,
this looks cool, man.
Yeah,
It's coming out. Dig it.
It's coming out soon. It's coming out in March, so
oh shit,
something to look forward to.
Dang, I could dig that. Is it? Also, go ahead.
Oh no, it's coming out for Switch and then PC, and you bought yourself a nice, powerful PC laptop, so you could play it on the laptop or the Switch.
I have been thinking about that as of late. Is this gonna be cross-platform too? That would be dope.
Unsure. That would be really cool. If I could play on my Switch and you could play on your Xbox, that would be nice.
That'd be tight.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be really dope. What were you gonna say?
One little impromptu topic. What's your 2021 gaming wish?
My wish is to get a Series X. That's what I want.
Is there
Is
a
that
game you
what you're like referring to, or like some? Am I looking for like a game to drop that
a
would
game that
completely?
yeah we could go? I like either way. I like your wish of that way, or a game that you want to drop, like a game, like a series that has been around for a while, and you'd love a new one in that series.
So this kind of is on the list too, but I don't know if the game is gonna be kind of like that. But that Lord of the Rings Gollum game,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gonna be like the early 2000s Lord of the Ring game for PlayStation. I would love that because it was like Lord of the Rings meets Dynasty Warriors, and it was awesome. I remember playing that at my cousin's house, and it was fucking dope. But I would love to see like that come back, like that style of Lord of the Rings game. But I want, and it would be a dream come true, is if Mario hit the links one more time in the Nintendo Switch, and I would be extremely happy because I tried playing the NES golf game, and
it's hard, man.
yeah, I was gonna say either I fucking suck at that game or it's made like it's impossible. Like
It's real hard. I tried to get into it. I gave it like a good hour or two into it. I really tried,
I
and I
got
was
the
like,
U.
this game is hard.
Yeah, on the U.S. course, I think I had like a plus 34 before I even made it to like 150 yards to the first hole. It was tough, man. But I would love to see Mario hit the links, or I would love to see Mario put on some shin pads and hit the soccer
Ooh,
field, bro.
Saka. Nice. That would be
I'm
nice.
I'm very hopeful for like these style of games just because like we had, Mario Aces come out and Mario had a pretty good like I guess quote unquote athletic year the past couple of years. He had Aces and he had other like Mario Party stuff and I'm hopeful with this remake train, at least remake Mario Golf for the 64, remake that and I'll be extremely happy for that.
That would be great.
Yeah, what about you?
I would like to see Metro Prime 4 come out, which is a game that's been teased for like, I think it got teased with like a single title trailer, and that's about it. That was 3 years ago. We have been nothing since then. That would be ideal. Beyond Metro Prime 4, what would I like? A game I would really like to see. It was for the Wii. I actually never played these games, but I thought it was kind of interesting that Nintendo kind of got into the genre. It was Red Steel 1 and 2. Red Steel 1 was like for the Wii, it was like a martial arts first person perspective game. And then the second one was like a spaghetti western game. It came out and it was like it was Nintendo's attempt of trying to make like a first person shooter.
Mm.
Like I'm still not like a huge fan of shooters, but obviously like the number one genre in the world. So it'll be interesting to see if they ever revise that franchise or try to, or get into a genre that is like non Nintendo.
Or a game
Like
that looks super outrageous.
yeah, like a not like I want like something kind of like weird, like Nintendo do something weird and outrageous. Even if it like fails, I was like, I'll be interested if Nintendo could still like wave that like flag of being like, here's something, like here's a genre that people you would never think that we would get into and like put that Mario spin on.
What is so
I mean,
interesting?
Nintendo spin on.
Yeah, what is so interesting? Well, with that being said, maybe like a Mario Rabbids too, because I talked
Oh
about
man,
that.
that would be a one. That would
That
be a
would be
winner.
dope.
Yep.
But you know what's so interesting? And like it just hit me right now that we have like the options to have any game, any franchise come back. But you and I both stuck to Nintendo and bringing Mario back into the spotlight, which I just think is super interesting because like we have like Halo, anything for the Xbox, anything for the PlayStation, like Xbox, you could do a whole new Dante's Inferno, which I would play, and you and I first just went to Mario. I wonder why. I wonder if that's just like something that like we're expecting so much out of it, or we're just looking for some nostalgic, you know, like something just to fill the void of what we want Mario for. But even though Mario has like 100 games out, it was just really interesting that that's just where my mind went right now was like, yeah, you could do anything, but Mario is our go-to guy. Or the Nintendo Switch is the go-to. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's just Nintendo is our go-to system. So like, if they could bring back like a new Zelda, a new like there's only like a new Pokemon game, a new Metro game, a new Mario game. Like I think Nintendo's just been such a part of our life, our childhood, our adulthood, our teenage years that there's such a back catalog of nostalgia that there's like franchises that we haven't seen since the 64 GameCube days that we'd love to bring back that Nintendo like once made. Because like Mario Strikers
GameCube.
Charged was like a GameCube game, and GameCube's been a super long time since then. It'd be awesome to bring them back. Mario Golf, same thing. Toadstool Tour has come back since then.
Was that for the GameCube?
Yep.
I'm finding a GameCube.
So yeah,
but still, even like if they're on this role of like trying to bring stuff back, they have so. I feel like Nintendo has so much to bring back that it doesn't have to make a new game for years. You could bring Banjo-Kazooie back. You could bring, of course, I say there's a bunch of people and I forget. Like Metroid, you have, they could also bring back Arthur since they've used him for like Smash Bros. And make like another, was it Ghouls and Goblins or whatever?
Ghosts and Goblins.
You could bring that back. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Banjo-Kazooie, there's been a rumor that Rare Replay is coming to the Switch. Which has Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2 and Perfect Dark and a bunch of those Rare games that a lot of people are and Blast Corps and a lot of Rare games that we're all nostalgic for during that. Like
Conker's Bad Fur Day in there. If not,
they also have Conker's they also have Conker's Bad Fur Day in there too.
Well, there you go. Sold.
There you go. Yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's just Nintendo, Microsoft be nice again, or does that hint at a revival of one of those classic franchises?
I feel like that rumor's been going around for so long now, and like,
true.
I would love a new Banjo game. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Especially because like you can kind of do like an Odyssey style game with Banjo, and it would still be awesome. Or obviously like my guy Buck Bumble, dude.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope. But I think nobody knew about him, so they kind of said fuck it. But what I would love for 2021, here's another hot take for you. I want Super Smash Bros. To not bring back any more motherfucking swordsmen into the goddamn game. Stop it. It's so stupid. I'm so sick of seeing another character come in with a sword from some fucking game that, not a lot of people have played or whatever. Or it's not fun anymore. And like if you look at the Smash Bros roster, it's like everyone's got a sword. How fun is that these days? You have like 6 Links, 4 different people from like Fire Emblem with the sword too, and now you have like more characters from Final Fantasy with swords, and it's like, dude, they're gonna bring this guy from Red Steel back with the sword in the game too next. Watch. So it's like, I'm sick of it, man. Like I want to go back and play some Smash Bros, but then like it's not appealing to me anymore, and it's like the game is fun, and like one of my friends is so super into it, and they're like, yeah, come play, and it's just like I just don't want to. So don't bring back any swordsmen and just try to make it fun again or do something different for 2021. It's a hot take, and that's on you, Smash Bros. And Nintendo. Listen to the Gaming Council podcast and try to take my advice. No more swordsmen. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Ah, man, but
that's a wrap up. That's a great way to end. That's a good way to end our episode there.
We got to try to. Do you have anything else as far as?
No, I don't think I could top your passionate speech at the end of that. I think that's
Bros. But all right, well, that's the episode. Happy New Year to everybody. And the Gaming Council will be back for another episode next week. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Gaming Council podcast. Now, if you're not with us on the social game, you really missing out. On Instagram, follow us at the Gaming Council podcast. Facebook is the Gaming Council podcast. Also, follow us on Twitter. We're the Council Boys on Twitter, so hit us up, tweet us. Everything podcast related episode wise, go to gamingcouncilpod.com.
The Council Boys in the building tonight. Oh, what a feeling. I'm feeling life.
Council Boys are out.